campaigner dumps APC to work for PDP in Borno. A former member of the House of Representatives and steering committee member of the Tinubu support group in Borno State, Honorable Abdul Musa Misheliza, has dumped the APC and joined the PDP to work for the party's candidates, including the Borno South Senatorial District flag bearer, Honorable Kudla Satumari Haske. Msheliza, who is also a two-term member of the Borno State House of Assembly representing Hau State Constituency and later represented Askira Uba Hau Federal Constituency in the National Assembly until leaving APC, was a member of the steering committee of Tinubu Support Group, TSG, heading Borno South. Msheliza who was an active or an aspirant for House of Representatives Askira Uba Ahul Federal Constituency in the just concluded APC primaries, where he was not allowed to take part in the primaries, is an astute grassroots politician with track record of citizen engagement in representation. The politician who has over the past 2 decades of active politics built an empire with his love for justice and fairness as key attributes of participatory democracy has already obtained his membership card of the PDP. I am a lover of justice, fairness, equity, and consultative decision-making processes in every leadership selection process, and the people should take center stage in deciding who they elect as their leaders, and not somebody who some people sitting somewhere picking and appointing who is presented as candidates in a democratic Nigeria of 21st century. There is a democratic Nigeria of the 21st century. I don't think we've all seen it. Firstly, you will say, okay, fine, love of justice and equity, that's your own. But the thing is, why the PDP? I feel like, okay, fine, it's okay for you. I mean, it's not shocking to hear about defection stories, especially from APC to PDP, PDP to APC. But why is it a direct opposition? Like, if you really wanted justice, fairness, whatever, why do you think that your party's number one opposition is where you're going to get that? As if they do not have similar processes, or they haven't been in power as long and have even done much worse. Because if you're going to use equity and justice as your reason for why you left, because really you're upset because you're not allowed to run for a specific office, but we won't talk about that. Fact is, you could have gone to any other party. I mean, people are going to the Labour Party. You don't have to go to the Labour Party, but you could have gone to any other party that would allow for a bigger chance or a fairer chance for you to, apply for whatever office you want to. But is it the PDP that is as big or even more than the APC and also has a very large structure to it as well? So how do you begin to start working your way, except you're going to pay some ridiculous fee, which you could have just done in APC anyway to get to where you wanted to get to, but you chose to leave. So now you're campaigning because APC, your original party, did not allow you to run for a specific title, and now you're offended. And this is what's gonna happen. It's giving, it doesn't make sense. Person that cannot win a word of polling unit is in his local government. You are welcome. One thing Tinubu should know: Christians in the north will not vote for him. Same with Muslims in the north. At the end, it is either Obi or Atiku. But why are they not moving to Labour Party? I'm just asking. They don't have to move to Labour Party because whatever their intention is, we will all just think, you know what, you just want to support the winning party for the now. Because if Labour Party wasn't the 8th party, you would not even be thinking of joining it at all. So even if the intentions were clear or whatever I wanted to do was, you could say, straight, you can't. Yeah, there'll be allegations. But if you really wanted to show that you wanted some equal chance, I mean, look at what Peter Obi did. He went for Labour Party. I mean, not that Labour Party wasn't known, but it wasn't known as much as it is now. And someone may think, if you're in the PDP and you've gotten this far in terms of, okay, fine, you are going for, the presidential ticket in the PDP, then you leave that and you go to Labour Party. I mean, that was a big risk, but he took it and now it's working for him. And that in itself already shows that because he did not go to APC, which is a direct opposition, not necessarily, for some it's maybe a slap to the leadership of the original party by going to their original number one competition. So in that way, it's like, okay, fine, I'm going to get you back by going to work for a competition, but it doesn't make sense. But I think, again, if you want to show how genuine you are, APC and PDP is not the place you should be at all. And I guess that is strategy that Peter Obi also used, because nothing would have stopped him. I mean, again, nothing would have stopped him from going for a bigger party. I mean, what we know of is only APC, but it would we don't even know who this person is, to be honest. Let's be realistic. This person hasn't been the one to make a name for themselves, to be popular enough to us to say, why are you moving? Because, again, whether you move or not, listen, if you don't get what you want, then you're finding a place that would give you what you want. And I guess that's what he's doing. But do not come and feed the people some lies about fairness and equity. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Tinubu believed that money will do everything, unknown to him that money cannot do everything. His bad advisors will lead him astray. More surprises, shake-ups. No surprises and shake-ups are also coming as well. Tinubu will understand the northern politicians. Now will he? But it's funny because obviously, the defection, the resigning, the disassociation from APC is a lot. And for whatever reason it is, mainly it's because of the Muslim ticket. But one thing you can say is that slowly it seems as though APC's structure is depleting. And it's ironic for the party that has used structure as its biggest argument over new and upcoming parties. So, yeah. That is now the end of his political career in Borno State. Well, we'll see. Time shall tell, as someone has stated. APC are a mere bunch of liars. They just want to ruin the country with the emergence of Tinubu as its presidential candidate. Listen, it's what the people want, right? And if it turns out that people have chosen Tinubu to be their leader, then they're going to have to face the consequences that come with it. Put what you think in the comment section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe.